Welcome back to another video.
What the fuck is up, YouTube?
Yeah, right? Nah, I really want to break down in this video the difference between A players and really just shit talent. Ezra, special guest today, came in town.
What's up, guys?
He was only a couple hours away. Had him pop in. He is an absolute killer. Part of our internal team, works on one of the best offers we have as well. He's an absolute just legend. Really want to break down the difference between A players, how Ezra has become one of the best A players within our network, right? And the value of an A player.
For sure, yeah, no. Again, thanks to Ezra for coming through.
Of course, thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's been a good lock-in so far. But yeah, Ezra, I think the best thing we can do is really just start by having you introduce yourself to everybody and kind of, tell them where you came from, how you started.
Well, yeah, I mean, about 3 months ago, I was at Clemson studying business. Ended up dropping out to pursue sales. And I guess really just what got me started was the idea of remote work, right? Being able to work from anywhere. So yeah, that's really the draw.
Okay. And then as far as like getting started goes, right? You first started, I believe you had a cold call position. You got yourself into a school group community where our guy Uri found you, vetted you. How has the different phases of, I guess, your time as a setter, how's that changed?
Yeah, so like you said, I started off in school groups, just learning from who I could, just really getting down the basics of frameworks and how setting works in general. And then Uri found me, Before that, I was actually on a cold call offer for an AI agency. Honestly, terrible. The communication between the teams were just, it just was not there. And so when Uri reached out, obviously I was like, yeah, I'll look at another offer because nothing was happening. So that's when I ran into you guys.
Okay. I really want you to break down, because that's a good point. You said that was a shit offer.
Oh, terrible.
Right? And now we plugged you in with Jan. From day one, you've been with him. What's the difference between not only a shit offer owner and a good offer owner, but also having the support system that I like to think me and Darius bring to you?
Yeah, well, like you touched on a little bit, one of the main differences between a terrible and a good offer is the support, right? Because it is remote work, it's hard to feel involved and connected sometimes, especially when maybe KPIs aren't where you want them to be. But when somebody's able to reach out to you daily, even saying good morning or let's kill today, something like that, it really does do a lot. Especially compared to those other offers. And then just the organization too that you guys bring into it makes it easier, definitely on my part, and I'm sure it makes it honestly just easier for everyone.
How's it been working with us so far?
Dude,
It's been what, 4 to 6 months? 4 months?
4 months now, I think, since November, December, January. Yeah, 4 months now. I mean, it's been awesome. I really enjoyed it. I've learned so much from you guys, dead ass. I actually learned so much from you guys, from Jan. That's another thing that makes a great offer owner, is being able to teach too. Not everyone's gonna come in knowing everything, right? So being able to come alongside and even teach, help them improve. But yeah, working with you guys, other than improving my skills, it's also it's extremely enjoyable. Our competitions, our meetings, even when you guys bring in guest speakers, I'm able to learn from that as well. It's just opportunity after opportunity,
Yeah. No, for sure. I think you touched on it. I think that's the whole thing we're trying to curate here, right? It's the idea that you need a support system to scale these offers,
100%.
and it should always be done inside of your business, right? So me and Darius know to never overstep our boundaries, and Jan has the last call within his business, and you're a part of his team, but we're always there to help and always there to help you improve. One of our main goals for you specifically, just based on how you presented yourself from the beginning, is we want you to take over his offer on the operational side, kind of we give the systems for. We want you to take them and run with them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you're doing a really good job of working up to that role.
Yeah.
Right. When you first came on board, you were super green, but you were a sponge. Right. So you were learning
Yeah.
everything super quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a good offer owner, and Jan expressed this to us from the jump, a good offer owner can't be wearing so many hats. And I think the role that you provide is super important. I guess now, based upon your understanding of where you're at today, what's the difference between just being a setter and then, someone who goes that extra mile and becomes more of a, I guess, operator type of role?
Yeah, so I mean, a setter's main role in a company, right, is obviously to bring in leads, grow interest, and ultimately have people show up to calls, right? But moving alongside of that, like, you guys have noticed it. Like, I go and build my own things, right? I build out scripts. I build out KPIs to track. Like, I've added all these things, and that's kind of where you reach past what a setter does, and kind of start hitting on what somebody that can set, but also teach others to set, or also manage others while setting, or help others grow while setting. So really expanding what you're able to do.
Yeah. I think the idea is, you need a right-hand man, right? And that's really the benefit that, you provide within Jan's business. And like, you've grown so much and built so many systems on Jan's side of things, on our side of things, that we literally named a funnel after him, right? Like, we have the easy funnel, which is named after Ezra, and that's not super common in the space, and that is the level of talent that we try to provide here. So I think it's really good that we're able to have this conversation and really break it down. You mentioned one thing earlier about like the support system and all that, but how about the culture? Like, what's the importance of having good brand culture?
I mean, you are who you be around, right? You want to surround yourself with people who have the same interests as you, right? So if you're hanging around people that just play like video games all day and are like goofing off, like just, I mean, even like the culture I was around in college, like it was just people who were there just to mess around, So, I mean, after spending time with you guys, like actually spending time with you guys, not across the screen, I can see you guys are workers, like you're the people that I want to be around, like we have the same goal in mind,
Yeah.
So surrounding yourself with the right people, I feel like is one of the most important parts of a remote job. And you guys do such a great job of creating a culture that's both fun, enjoyable, and also creating opportunities to learn and grow at the same time.
Yeah, that's a good point. One time, me, Darius, and Jan were on a meeting. We were just discussing things. And he said, someone like Ezra has to be constantly learning. He's like, if Ezra's not constantly learning and growing, he's going to find a place where he can constantly learn and grow. And that really resonated with me because that's the type of people we want. People that they're interested in learning and growing, and, not just being plugged in to fill a task that no one else wants to do. Beyond that, growing beyond that. I mean, this is kind of an end question, but we don't have to end it here. I'm just curious, what would you say to a setter thinking about coming into our ecosystem and joining that, and also an offer owner who's skeptical of coming into the ecosystem?
Yeah, I mean, for a setter, what do you got to lose? Like you probably don't enjoy the role you're on right now. Let's be honest. I've been there. It's not always easy to stay positive when no one's checking in on you, when you're kind of remote and you're on your own, and it's solely based on how you perform, how you feel about your position. So being around people that have the same goal as you, like the community that these guys have built, it's incredible. Like there's so many people. We hop on meetings all the time, like everyone's congratulating each other on wins, helping each other out when they need it. If you have questions, someone's always there, like it's so cool to see. And for offer owners, like, I don't know if you've noticed, but these are like the kind of people that you want in your business, right? To grow. You don't want somebody who's going to be like dilly-dally, just like send someone your way and hope for the best. You know, you want people checking in daily, you know, on what's going on, figuring out problems, solving them consistently, you know. And I mean, that's just what makes these guys so great, honestly.
No, I appreciate that. I
Yeah,
appreciate
of
that for
course.
sure. I guess to wrap up things here, bro. What I know Jan's been throwing some good stuff at you. Again, you are really integrating into that full operator role, taking over that, and he's giving you also as well some really great opportunities.
Yeah.
Right. What is your goal over the next 3 months, the next 4 months? Right.
Yeah, my main goal is to become as good of a setter, as knowledgeable as a setter as I can possibly be, right? So learn every process and not just know it, but like be able to do it in my sleep, you know? I
Yeah.
want to be able to replicate this indefinitely for long amounts of time, and it's just natural, you know?
Yeah.
So once I get to that point, then I'm able to teach others how to do that as well. And that's when I get into manager roles, and even eventually I want to work my way up to closing, right?
Yeah.
But honestly, staying in a managing role wouldn't even, I enjoy setting, like the setting process, like getting people interested. So like, as I think about it, maybe closing, maybe managing, like it's all up in the air, you know? But it's only up from here.
That's it. That's it. No, I mean, you've been a absolute dog. We've thoroughly enjoyed being with you, spending this time with you in person. It's the first time we get to meet, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, man, this has been dope, bro. So
Yeah.
I'm excited to see where you grow to.
I'm pumped, yeah.
And yeah, for everyone that is watching this, whether you're a player or offer owner, if you want to learn how we can get people like Ezra inside your business and help you scale internal systems, just shoot us a message on IG at SaulnaDigital. Outside of that, motion.
Motion.
Motion.